So I was asked by the Museum of Modern Art in Warsaw to do something on Placu Defilad, to do an outside project that somehow brings art, the discourse of art, into the public space, and that's something that is very crucial in my work anyways. And in this special situation here in Warsaw, it's I think a big challenge, because the museum itself starts as it is now, and it's going to build a new big building, new museum building on Placu Defilad. And of course it's kind of, the project started out with this kind of idea to bring the discourse that is now in the museum among a small group of people more into the public, to show that something is developing here in contemporary art in Warsaw. And Placu Defilad is a very it's not a dense space, because there's a lot of space, but it has a kind of feeling of density, because a lot of things are going on and a lot of energy is put into this space here, which is the center of the city, and a lot of people are reaching out for this center and kind of try to realize their projects here. And one of this is a contemporary art museum. And so in my work, it's always a kind of I take all my motives and all my ideas out of the city in general, not always Warsaw, of course, but like to start with what I see in the city, and what the built environment, our built environment is, and what the people are like. And like this is always my starting point. And me personally, as an artist, I always have the feeling that the city is bigger than art. It somehow has so much input, and in art we try to reflect this, and it's a big thing for me also to bring this reflection back to the city, so to put it back to the city where it somehow developed in the first place. And so when I was here in Warsaw for the first visit, already to prepare the project, I just walked around in Warsaw, and I saw all these buildings, and I saw a lot of things that I disliked, and I saw a lot of things that I liked a lot. And so kind of I picked out things that were like motives, that was starting points for me to develop something like an interesting project. And probably as a Warsawian you would recognize a lot of the buildings on my drawings. The main feeling that came into the project, and that I also want to bring into discussion, is the feeling that Warsaw is a kind of fighting city in this stage, and that there are so many people trying to, on very different levels, trying to realize their projects, their ideas. It's the same if this is a marketplace where a lot of people are struggling and trying to get this, to get hold of the marketplace, or major companies that build major, huge skyscrapers that try to dominate the city, and so on very different levels. People try to somehow realize their ideas here, and and you feel the energy that is kind of pushing into it. And I think this is a very important thing for me in this project. And I think the drawings that are now printed posters, but first they were drawings, bring this, somehow represent this fight, this battle, this kind of energy. And the installation is called The Big Argument, so that maybe sums it up. And I think it's to come back to a more general thing, is just walking in a city which beforehand was a foreign city to me. I think you can learn a lot about society and about the special conditions a society is living in when you just walk the city and you see architecture, you see advertisements, you see the people, and you really can discover this kind of history and also where it's going to and what people want to, like the intentions. And that's something that's also very in this project that I want to, it's maybe a kind of plea or something towards watching and really discovering by seeing, because it's, I think the city is really, you can learn about the city just by watching. And that's probably basically an approach that an artist does. Yeah, it's here now. Almost done, it's not yet finished.